It's time for Frog Walk USA here on the Frogs Today postgame show in Fort Worth, Texas. The sun is shining and the Frogs are rolling as we settle into the season with a series sweep over the Kansas Jayhawks.
We're coming to you live, all access to recap the first conference homestand of the season. It's the Frogs Today postgame show right here on Frogs Today.
Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Olivia DeLee.
And I'm Kristen Smith.
And we are here with Frogs Today recapping a series sweep at home for the Horned Frogs as they trump the Kansas Jayhawks for the second season in a row.
That's right, Liv, and I just want to remind everyone that we'll be here every Friday for a pregame show, and we'll recap the series on Sundays live from this desk at frogstoday.com and the Frogs Today.
Well, Tristan, it was the first conference homestand and the first conference series sweep for the Horned Frogs. And while the series opening victory wasn't easy in the early goings, there's a lot of positive buzz around this TCU team as they come off this weekend. Now, let's start with Ryan Vandermeer, right? Facing up against his old team.
Check audio.
Was a result of the nerves he was feeling playing against the teammates, or maybe something else?
Well, I think nerves can have a little bit to do with it, Liz, but I think a lot of it has to do with the that Kansas repertoire, which is you have a fastball.
You just have to turn them up if you can. Up? Yeah, because that you're getting all of that, the sound. Check it now.
So now he's got his slider up to about 87, 88, and then they add the changeup in there around 80 miles an hour. So while that does add to your repertoire a little bit, he's got to kind of work that out in these game situations. And I think we kind of saw that a little bit on Friday night. Not a lot of command behind the ball. As the season progresses,
You just have to turn them up if you can.
All when you're throwing in there, going up against your teammates, be a tough look on the mound, all the attention on you. So we commend him for his performance that he had. And let's talk about the bullpen a little bit, right? Carlos spoke to us earlier on our preview show about how important these guys were going to be in a 5-game home series stretch. How do you think they contributed to this 3-game series sweep against Kansas?
Well, I think the bullpen really meant a lot, especially on the momentum going in that first game like we talked about. He really hasn't given them too much during the week, so they were fresh and ready to go. On that Friday night, the combined effort of Stan Stopfuro, Ben Adbell, Garrett Wright, and Luis Rodriguez closing it out only limited KU to one additional run, which that allowed TCU to kind of stay within the reach of the lead and giving the offense time to get a rhythm going, with the final score being 8-6 on that one. So I think we can really credit the pitching staff on that one, really starting off the tempo right up.
For sure, and on the bump for the Frogs, especially Wright, Fletcher, who pitched 7 innings, allowing only 2 earned runs off of 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, and raising his record to 4-2 on the season. He was really impressive for the Frogs, and we're looking forward to having him for the rest of the year.
Absolutely, and talking about that game, obviously, the score was very much in favor of TCU for most of the game, but the bottom of the 8th is where it really fell apart from the Jayhawks. TCU had in on 7 runs, and the game before the Jayhawks, the final score being 18-5, the same offensive production that we saw in our previous series with them last season.
For sure, and then today's score just in 7 innings, 14-0 for the Frogs, increasing their overall record to 12-9. It's a major improvement for these guys as they continue further into this season. We're going to break down this specific game further coming up, along with a look down on the field as Frogs Today spoke with head coach Kurt Slovis about his thoughts on this season-changing series. We'll be right back after this break.
At Higginbotham, we put people first. So we simply start by listening to you. Whether you're searching for customized insurance, HR, or financial solutions to protect your home, car, health, business, or employees, our specialists are here to serve you, the people you care about, and your success. Higginbotham. Insurance, HR, and financial services. Inspired by you.
Simply the best barbecue in Fort Worth. Dine in, catering, or drive-through. 2900 Montgomery, just off I-30. Remember, the best barbecue in Fort Worth is at Railhead Smokehouse.
The Flying T Club provides the everyday TCU fan and alum the ability to specifically support TCU student athletes. Flying T Club offers 3 levels of memberships. The Flying T Club is a nonprofit organization supporting the brand development of TCU student athletes through a series of unique event-based networking opportunities, which are exclusive to our members. These events provide a great social engagement tool for our members and student athletes alike. Follow them on Instagram at Flying T Club or online at flyingtclub.com.
Texas-based Happy Water offers the best-tasting, sugar-free kids drink ever made. Happy Water comes in 4 delicious flavors that you can find at local retailers and on Amazon. Each pouch contains 0 grams of sugar, 0 calories, and 0% juice. Head to happydrinks.com for more information and to purchase Happy Water. That's HAPIdrinks.com. Live happy, be happy, drink happy.
For exclusive interviews and content on TCU recruits, subscribe now at frogstoday.com. Any sport, anytime. It's your source for all things TCU. Only on frogstoday.com.
Dave's Hot Chicken is a cult favorite and now has 2 locations in Fort Worth, Bryant Irvin Road on I-20 and Berry Street at TCU, both owned and operated by Horned Frogs. Mention the Frogs Today show and get 10% off anytime and order online at daveshotchicken.com. Say hello to the water of tomorrow. Richard's Rainwater. Richard's Rainwater is 100% rain, refreshing, renewable, and the only ingredient we use in our water. Why rain? Because everyone deserves access to clean water, and rain is a 100% renewable resource available everywhere. Drink the rain. Save the planet. Shop now at richardsrainwater.com.
At Higginbotham, we put people first. So we simply start by listening to you. Whether you're searching for customized insurance, HR, or financial solutions to protect your home, car, health, business, or employees, our specialists are here to serve you, the people you care about, and your success. Higginbotham. Insurance, HR, and financial services. Inspired by you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back into the Frogs Today post-game show set. I'm Olivia Lee, joined by Tristan Smith. We apologize for the technical difficulties. As we discussed before, the Frogs finished the game today 14-0 in just seven innings. Really, really impressive looks from the Frogs. We actually went down to the field and spoke with head coach Kirk Sarlos, who talked to us about this series and what it means for the Frogs moving forward. Let's take a listen. Hello, everyone, and welcome back in to the Frogs Today post-game set. Now, we're still waiting on that feed, our conversation with head coach Kirk Sarlos, so we'll touch back on that in a little bit. But, Tristan, it was 12-0 in the 5th inning. The Jayhawks sitting at just 1 hit, really making the Frogs look unstoppable, but more importantly, coming out of this week with only 1 error. Now, this is something that the Frogs have struggled with consistently this season. What do you think clicked defensively for the guys this week?
Honestly, I think it all boils down to mentality when you're talking about errors. My high school coach always told us physical errors are forgivable, but these mental errors are inexcusable.
Yeah.
Being able to focus a little bit more on your fundamentals, not trying to make any errant throws at awkward angles, understanding what you are capable of doing defensively. It's just having the vision, being able to slow down and visualize ahead of time what you need to do to make a play and get someone out at first base or wherever it may be. And I think we've seen that this week with only having 1 error, like you said.
For sure. And now let's talk key players a little bit for the Frogs this weekend that led them to a 5-game win stretch here at home. Let's start with catcher Carson Bowen.
Yes, Carson Bowen, a freshman catcher, really having to step up into his own here in the field with injured players ahead of him. He's impressed TCU behind the plate. Now, he went 2 2 for 3 on Saturday with 4 RBIs, 2 walks. Bohm was on base 4 out of 5 at bats and hit his first home run here at Lupton, something you love to see. Really carrying the offense through their high-scoring performance.
Yeah, really impressive first homer here at home from Carson Bowen. That's got to be a good feeling for a freshman coming here, committing to the school, and then looking to see, hey, I'm getting to play and I'm hitting my first homer at home in our first conference home stretch. Now, let's talk Elijah Nunez. He's back and better than ever, really a consistent player for the Frogs after he had a concussion earlier this season. They've been able to really rely on him at the plate and in the field as well. He went 2 for 3 on Friday and 1 for 2 on Saturday at bat, 5 RBIs total for the series, and had impressive dive and catch in the outfield. He's looking really good for the Frogs.
Yes, and now we can also talk about pitching. That's my favorite thing to talk about. I think a pleasant surprise for the Frogs all season so far has been the production from their freshman pitchers, and Cole Klecker's body of work yesterday is just a perfect example of that. He went 7 innings on Saturday, gave up 8 hits on 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts on 101 pitches. We're talking about an MLB-level pitch count. Now, his 4th win of the season, and a season ERA is now at a 2.3. That is something beautiful to see, especially when you look at all of our starting pitchers right now that meet the minimum average of 1 inning per game. His ERA is the best out of all of them as a freshman.
So impressive.
That's absolutely great to see, not just for this season, but longevity-wise. Getting him for 3 more years potentially, you've got to love to see that. We've seen it from a lot of our pitchers so far.
Yeah, and really liking all these guys' performances, specifically the 2 freshmen. Really impressive to have them in their first season with the Frogs performing so well. Now, we're going to take a short break, but when we return, we will hear from head coach Kirk Sarlos on his thoughts of this series. Stay tuned.
For exclusive interviews and content on TCU recruits, subscribe now at frogstoday.com. Any sport, anytime. It's your source for all things TCU. Only on frogstoday.com.
Dave's Hot Chicken is a cult favorite and now has 2 locations in Fort Worth, Bryant Irvin Road on I-20 and Berry Street at TCU, both owned and operated by Horned Frogs. Mention the Frogs Today show and get 10% off anytime and order online at daveshotchicken.com. Say hello to the water of tomorrow. Richard's Rainwater. Richard's Rainwater is 100% rain, refreshing, renewable, and the only ingredient we use in our water. Why rain? Because everyone deserves access to clean water, and rain is a 100% renewable resource available everywhere. Drink the rain. Save the planet. Shop now at richardsrainwater.com.
At Higginbotham, we put people first. So we simply start by listening to you. Whether you're searching for customized insurance, HR, or financial solutions to protect your home, car, health, business, or employees, our specialists are here to serve you, the people you care about, and your success. Higginbotham. Insurance, HR, and financial services. Inspired by you.
Some injuries this year, obviously. Don't ever want guys to get injured, but Carson Bowen, freshman, coming in, being huge behind the plate. Then this weekend gets his first home run here at Lupton. Talk about these last 5 games having to just go game after game after game and what that means for him and experience going into the rest of the season.
Well, part of the reason when kids commit somewhere is they want to play and they want to play early. Well, there you go. You get 5 in a row. How you doing?
Coach,
yeah.
Can you build on that? You know, how hard is it on a catcher, especially a freshman catcher, to catch 5 games in a week?
They're 18. We had to do that with Curtis last year when Michael Petrie went down, and Curtis was catching back-to-back doubleheader games, and you don't like to do that, but at this point, that's kind of where we're at.
Then I noticed you have Brody Green working in as backup catcher. What did you like out of him? What have you seen out of him in practice?
Well, I think he's got a feel to catch the ball. He's never really done it before, so you got Mason Speaker and then Brody Green kind of behind him. So with Brody, he actually has some decent skills, and so just always trying to make sure that we have everything covered.
Kind of remind you of Bobby Goodlow?
Well, a lot taller than Bobby Goodlow. Maybe they weigh the same, but I think Bobby did a good job of turning himself into one who'd never done it before, and I think if he has the right attitude, I think Brody can do that too.
Yeah, I mean, UTA coming up in the midweek game, always a little bit tough to play them. Then you go to Tech the next weekend. They're averaging 11 runs a game at home when they're playing there. So how do you prepare, build off this 5-game win streak here, and go into this next week on the road and just hit it head on?
Yeah, the same deal. You got to play discipline, and you got to play, you got to play good baseball. And so, they always play well at home, and so we're going to have our hands full, and it'll be a good, good challenge.
Yeah, thanks, Coach.
It's always great to hear from Coach Sarlos. And like he said, with these big, long away stands like this, going to UTA and then going up to Lubbock, you've got to be prepared. But what better way to prepare for the Frogs than what they showed this week? Yeah. Obviously UTA has already given the Frogs some trouble early on in this season. And with Tech, there's been animosity between the two teams in football. There's been animosity between the two teams in basketball. I have no doubt that same animosity is going to be on and off the field for baseball. So we're going to have to come out and be prepared. And I think that the Frogs can do that this time around.
For sure. Now, like we mentioned, coming up for the Horned Frogs, they travel to UTA on Tuesday and then up to Lubbock to take on Tech for another 3-game series next weekend. And like we mentioned, Tech has been a threat for the entire Big 12, and I think the Horned Frogs will be looking for a little bit of redemption in that series next weekend.
Well, that's all from us here at Frogs Today. Liv and I enjoyed the weekend recapping the Kansas series with you live from your screen at home or wherever you may be.
And we will return to the Frogs Today set for another home series Thursday, April 6th, as well as the Frogs prepare to take on the Oklahoma State Cowboys on that weekend. So you want to join us on frogstoday.com as well as on the Frogs Today YouTube channel. You join us before the game and shortly after of that series. Also, make sure to check out all of our content on Frogs Today on Instagram as well as on Twitter for all the TCU athletics content that you want. Again, I'm Olivia Lee.
And I'm Tristan Smith.
And we will see